Commercial lending, where does he operate? How does it all work? And how does a title person like myself can be a great asset to somebody like him?
If they are business owners, if they want to expand from one store to the other to 4, 5,
Yes.
the time well spent is finding a lender. They know that we're going to kind of take care of them,
Yeah.
help them from A to Z.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I am, A to Z.
Yeah.
In our business, I tell my clients, look, you do what you do best is running your business.
Yep.
Let me do what I do best is finding you the funds.
Since I speak multiple languages, he's like, hey, can you talk to a client? Playing these things, and I was there to help.
Now, there's 2 types of really lending in the commercial space. Actually, 3. Traditional, there's SBA, and there's hard money. And basically, at the end of the day, we actually got that funded. Borrower was really happy.
Solution. Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Ash Show, the Ash Your Title Guy. I am here today with a special guest. All my guests are special. Mr. Naveed. Naveed is a commercial lender. He has some amazing, things that he wants to share about commercial lending. Where does he operate? How does it all work? And how does a title person like myself can be a great asset to somebody like him? Naveed and I, we started working together recently, not too long ago, and it's already been a fruitful relationship. Whenever he needed some help with a client, even when it was a language barrier, since I speak multiple languages, he's like, hey, can you talk to a client? Playing these things, and I was there to help, hey, we're going to do a refi, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I was there to support him, and it made me think of why is it important to work with a commercial lender? We usually focus on residential, but it came to my attention that working with commercial can be just as amazing. I wanted to bring him on this little podcast so we can hear about him, get to know him, see if he can help you in your commercial business, some of the ways that us as title company can be of great support to you as well in your commercial business. We'll start off with Naveed. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you get started? And then we'll, ask a couple of questions there.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Ash. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. So again, my name's Naveed. I am a commercial lender, or AKA a commercial finance specialist, right?
Yes.
I do work with all asset types. You could call it gas stations, dealerships, hotels, multifamily, right? Office buildings. So anything that classifies as a commercial, we can actually do this. Now, how did I get started? It's a very funny story. I was a software engineer, as any other brown guy would be, out of New York, worked in Wall Street for a private equity company that specializes in commercial real estate only. So they used to invest billions and billions of dollars in office spaces, hospitalities. And what I did is I built their whole backend system. So while building that, I had to understand what their business was, how did they operate, how did they underwrite it. So that kind of fascinated me, and I understood pretty much the in and out of what they need to really underwrite and understand for a specific property to actually cash flow, right? And that's how I kind of started, almost about, I want to say 4.5, 5 years ago. Started out in New York, have a lot of clients over there, helped a lot of business owners acquire retail strip malls. As you know, Queens,
Yeah.
tons and tons of retail properties, right?
Yeah.
Starting from convenience stores to a lot of gas stations, a lot of multifamily properties.
Yep.
So started there and then moved to DMV about 3 years ago, and then expanded my clientele. We are based out of Fairfax, but we pretty much take care of the whole East Coast, and we can do loans in all 50 states.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. That's really good to know this little background about you. Can you talk a little bit deeper, in short, about some of the key programs that you have and how you can help people even get into the idea of buying commercial properties? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. So, honestly, from my personal experience, it's mostly first-time buyers who come in and try to buy a commercial property. Very similar to like a first-time home buyer on the residential side, right?
Yeah.
Where they're coming in new, they don't know what's involved. Who's a title guy? Who's a mortgage broker, right?
Yeah.
What is an insurance got to do with buying a house, right?
Yeah.
Very similar to business owners who wants to actually either quit their 9 to 5 or maybe want to invest in opening up a convenience stores within their 9 to 5.
Yes.
So I do get all sorts of scenarios there and we work with it. But honestly, it comes down to pretty much giving that knowledge of what needs to be done, kind of like a realtor, right? I do work with a lot of commercial real estate agents because they're kind of the bone to finding that property.
Yep.
Right, that's the first step. They like it. Second step's pretty much engaging myself.
Mhm.
The biggest issue that I see, right, I want to say is if there are business owners, if they want to expand from one store to the other to to 4 or 5,
Yes.
the time well spent is finding a lender. Either they stick to one bank, like nobody has the time to go, okay, where am I going to qualify? Am I even, before I put the contract, do I know if I can actually buy this property?
Yeah.
So that's where like we come in as a
Yeah.
broker, right? And we kind of analyze what's there, give them a pre-approval term sheet. It just eases them, right? Anybody who works with us is a repeat client of ours, right? Because they know that we're gonna kind of take care of them,
Yeah.
help them from A to Z.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I am, A to Z.
Yeah.
And then, cause like in our business, I tell my clients is, look, you do what you do best is running your business.
Yep.
Let me do what I do best is finding you the funds.
Tell me a most recent story that how you helped a client find their property and maybe even help them find the property if they didn't have anybody to help them, and how did you help them fund it, and give us a little bit of a timeline.
Yeah.
How did it all work?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a lot of stories.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's pick one that is
I'm gonna pick
most
one.
recent one. How's
Yeah.
that?
So I'm actually gonna pick a very unique situation because we do dealerships, right?
Okay.
And we do gas stations too. So let me do the dealership. So I had a client who went to an auction, right? And then he went to throw a bid. I actually got him pre-approved with an SBA loan because that's one of our products as well.
Okay.
Everything was good, but he lost the auction, right? And at that point, basically, it's very similar to when you can't get financing for a residential house. The borrower kind of gets upset or sad, and they're like, they don't want to do this again. They just they part ways. In my scenarios, I don't let them part ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I worked with a lot of business brokers and real estate agents, commercial side especially. So I pick the people who cover the region. I connect them with my client,
Yeah.
and I tell them, hey, this is the specific need. Go find them a property. And then when you do that, you let me know.
Yeah.
So this guy came in. What he's doing is he's actually renting a dealership at a very high cost, around $8,000 a month. And he is looking to purchase a dealership, which one of my business brokers actually found, luckily, out of Warrenton, New York, right?
Okay.
And he was very excited. Now, there's 2 types of really lending in the commercial space. Actually, 3. Traditional, right, which is quote unquote your conventional loan on the residential side.
Sure.
There's SBA, and there's hard money.
Okay.
Hard money is also used in the commercial space, which a lot of people don't even know. Everybody's probably thinking it's fix and flip. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's any business owners that is unqualified for a traditional loan. We usually, and they've got the money for down payment, right?
Okay.
We qualify them with a hard money loan, so at least they can do the acquisition of the business, the property, at a 12-month interest-only payment, and then we refi them to a 30-year loan. So that's where the hard money comes in. And in this, going back to the dealership here, came back, we actually initially did an SBA transaction for him. Interest rates are usually higher with a lower down payment on SBA.
Okay.
So SBA, you're looking at 10%, as low as 10%, high as 15%. Interest rates are higher though. So he came back to me saying, hey, Naveed, I got 25% down payment this time. What can we do?
Okay.
I'm like, great. Let's get it done then.
Okay.
Everything checked out. His tax returns were great.
Nice.
His income's great. Revenue is great. Business is in good standing, right? So really no red flag besides his credit score, but we still worked around it because he had a very good cash flowing business. And basically at the end of the day, we actually got that funded. Borrower was really happy. He's been in the dealership business for 10 years.
Wow.
Right? Always thinking of owning a dealership himself, like a space where he does not have to answer.
Yeah.
something like that. We call it a rent replacement
Yeah.
loan, right? Because he's paying eight grand.
Yeah.
And the funniest story is the broker that helped, or the agent that helped us was a residential agent. And she wanted to get into commercial real estate as well on the
Yeah.
side because she finds it interesting.
Yes.
So I helped those agents as well. Like, look,
Nice.
this is how you can get in. And she had a lot of questions along the way because the contract's different. Contingency is different. So I kind of work with both sides.
Correct.
Yeah. So that is one of many recent stories.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what, that is an amazing story, and I really love this kind of stuff. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do more episodes on commercial, and we're gonna talk about hotels, about gas stations, and we really wanna deep dive into this because I really love this little space as well. So what I would say today, thank you for your time. It's been amazing to have you on the show. And please, come back and see us again on the next episodes. We will have you back on the show again. Thanks everybody for tuning in on the Ash Show, the Ash Your Title Guy. Don't forget to click, share, and follow. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next show.